What did I tell you guys? What did I fucking tell you guys in the last episode of Speed News? I said a massive congratulations to Composer for getting one of the best Vortex runs ever done, but who was hot on his ass?
Right on his fucking ass.
That's right, Nova Spell was right behind him with a new PV only 2 seconds behind, and get this, just under a week ago she goes and in a miraculous stroke of fate and in perfect timing fashion, she ends one of the most insane runs of Vortex you've ever seen. She gets the trick that Composer misses in his run, and misses the trick that Composer gets in his run, but manages to finish it out 10 seconds ahead of the world record, while completely adding a finale to the song that she was listening to, a great cadence to the end of a world record journey that sees no end in sight. Will we see the low 20s in Vortex? You guys will just have to stay tuned. Find out. But that's not even all the Spyro news for today. The legend, Blunt Bows, goes and gets the first ever 132 in Spyro 2 100%. Guys, this category is fucking insane, and this man got some of the best RNG you're ever going to see in a Spyro speedrun. Not only did he save 30 seconds on the gold fight due to great cycles, but he also got a new community gold in Idle Springs on the Notorious Fish minigame, which has actually been a long-standing best segment by Saboom for many years, finally toppled over. Wait a minute, scratch that. I've just got new information from Blunt Bows himself that Saboom's community gold in Idle Springs is still faster than Blunt Bows in this run by 0.2 of a fucking second. Saboom, you win this round, but I'm coming for you. Now, as he's getting through this miraculous run, the nerves are starting to set in. He's losing time here, losing time there, but in a last-ditch effort, he aces the Fracture Hill split to come out of Icy Speedway just barely on 132 pace. This was a run, a story, nay, a fucking legend to behold, and I encourage you guys to go check out Blunt Bows' new world record.
I just genuinely do not even know how to process what I'm feeling right now.
Alright, well, you guys know I love Spyro, but there have been some crazy rivalries in some of the other legendary speed games of this era, so I think it's time we put on the suit. Now, in Crash Bandicoot speedrunning news, we have our boy Potty, the fucking parrot inspired by Spongebob turned shirtless speedrunning extraordinaire who had a crushing blow of a PB happen to him in Crash 2 100%. Take a look at this.
Please.
He's going for the final fight of the game, and he is barely on 109 pace, but only a few people have ever achieved this time ever. I'm pretty much Super Boom fan, and that's basically it. But he's about to kill Cortex, and he just barely misses that second hit on him. You can see, as he would say, his soul leaving his body. It is truly a crushing defeat, and you know, you just hate to see a PB where it's just that bittersweet feeling of like, man, I could have done it, but here's this good run anyway. So, you know, it's a lot of mixed feelings when you have a run like that. So imagine his feeling when he comes back less than a month later and gets not only the world record in Crash 3 NST any %, his original game, I will have you know, that got him partner on Twitch, the legendary game that he became known for. He got the 38-37 in any %, as well as the 203-18 and 108% for Crash 3 Insane Trilogy. God, it's just such a beautiful thing to see the story arc come full circle like that. When you start with the game, then you switch to another one, and then you come back to really remind everyone where your roots are, where you came from. And I'm super looking forward to playing Spyro and Crash Bandicoot with Potty at GDQ coming up this summer. Guys, keep your eyes peeled on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel to see us play these legendary original games for a live audience and all of you guys. Now, I want to talk about another series that's just so near and dear to my heart, and I think some of you guys know where I'm coming from with this. Kingdom Hearts. And if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, post a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite game in the series is. I know a few of you guys are out there. Well, in speedrunning news, we have a legend by the name of Violin, who, if you haven't checked out his YouTube already, he does amazing violin multi-track covers, which are just so heartwarming of all of these games' soundtracks. Well, The man himself has been known for having the beginner any percent record on PC for quite a while now, but he's recently set his sights on standard any percent. As you know, there's 3 different difficulties in Kingdom Hearts 1 and a slew of different categories that evolve from the different platforms. Well, for many years, the legendary Mistmaster 1 has been the king of the harder difficulties and the more longer completion categories of the PC platform for Kingdom Hearts 1. Well, Violin said not anymore. He's coming for Mist's 204, high 204 in standard any percent, and Violin recently got a 205.44. This is coming off the cuff of a recent 205.59, which was just a heart-pounding PB to witness. It's so crazy to see a run come back in those last few splits, especially for such an RNG-heavy game where you have to rely on bosses not doing desperation moves. You have to rely on certain things with the gummy ship, like hook ship going your way. There's just so many things that you need to go your way on top of having skilled execution. That's why it's so legendary to see a guy like Violin coming along and tearing down the old proletariat, the bourgeoisie of speedrunning Kingdom Hearts and say, you know what? Anybody can do it, and so can I, and so can you. So let's go, Violin. I'm looking forward to a potential world record in the future. And that's not to talk shit on Myst either. This guy is one of my favorite speedrunners of all time, and I've been watching him ever since the Speedruns Live days. And man, this guy is still grinding out world records to this day in JJ 100%, all worlds, and so many other categories in Kingdom Hearts games. Let's fucking go, Myst. Big fan. And if you're a fan of any of these Kingdom Hearts speedrunning stories, look no further than Saiyans, who just put out an amazing world record progression video on Kingdom Hearts 1 speedrunning. He also got the first ever sub 5 hour time in the PS2 version of Kingdom Hearts. In that version, you can't skip the cutscenes. So think about it, it's like 2-3 hours he has to sit through Kairi going like, Sora, and still be on top of his game and get through it to the very end. What a legend of an endurance right there. Amazing.
What the fuck?
Well, I'd like to pivot to something a little bit more near and dear to our hearts. Anyone remember Mario Party? That's right, the N64 classic is having some crazy speed rivalry happening. I'm talking about the 2 legends, Gerbiez and Bird 650. These 2 motherfuckers are 1 second tied off of world record with a 36.11. They are so close to beating Airshock 22's 36.10 that was set over 3 years ago. Guys, this category and game are absolutely popping off right now, and if you want to see an interesting stream with some pretty fucking funny moments, I mean, Mario Party is a game that's pretty much all RNG, but the strats that they use to try to minimize that, to try to get around some of the random elements that you just get fucked over in these minigames, it's pretty hilarious to see how much of a train wreck some of these runs can be, and to see it all come together is just a beautiful thing. So follow Gerbiez down below, and I'm really looking forward to see who wins the freaking race to the Mario Party 1 world record.
No, so close. I'm crying of like happiness and sadness at the same time.
And now I gotta finish this video with someone who's a super close friend of mine and someone who has done so much for me, my channel, and for PlayStation speedrunning as a whole. That's right, I'm talking about the Rixer getting a brand new Jack 3 no out of bounds world record with a 39.26.
God damn it.
He has lowered this record, I think, about 4 times since it was a 40.22, and the reason for that is because a new skip was found in the game called Robo Skip. For details on that, be sure to check out this video link below, but it's really cool to see new speed tech coming out for this old game after so many years too. It really breathes fresh life into the game, and you can see Ricky taking full advantage of that, as he should, like a fucking speedrunning legend he is. But not only that, but he also got the all missions world record with a 236.12, and that was after Stellar tied the old world record with a 230. So the level of competition happening in Jack 3 is more strong, more vibrant than it's ever been. So if you're interested in Jack speedruns at all, make sure you're following the Stellar and the Rixer as well. But with that, guys, that's going to conclude this episode of Speed News. I hope you learned something a little bit about some of your favorite games today. And if anything else, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next speed run, in the next Twitch chat, or in the next episode of Speed News. Chuggers in the chat.
classic. This run sucks. The run sucks. My balls.